Hello friends, I am Shekhar Jitkar, Senior Director from Quadrant Knowledge Solutions. As you are aware, autonomous mobile robots have been gaining popularity since last few years for the known reasons that they are much more affordable than the traditional automation and easy to scale once in place. So today I am going to discuss the technicalities of AMR, that is autonomous mobile robots, and I have with me today for discussion Mr. John Santagate, who is the Vice President, Robotics and Voice at Körber Supply Chain. Hello, John. Welcome to this discussion, and I'm happy to have you in this show. And we are going to discuss about the autonomous mobile robot solutions, the AMR partnership network of Körber, and then we'll would like to understand the key pain points of customers and also the voice vision and mobility solution portfolio from Körber. First of all, can you help me understand your progress and strategies for building AMR partnership network to support global demand for a flexible warehouse automation solution?
Sure. Well, our approach to building out our mobile robotics practice here at Körber Supply Chain has been to build out a broad portfolio of solutions that are capable of allowing us to address the variety of opportunities that exist within our customer warehouses. Early on, we recognized that flexible warehouse automation was going to be a transformative technology area that would add tremendous value for the customers that we support through our portfolio of warehouse execution technology solutions. And so, we went out to market and evaluated the vast array of solution providers that had technologies that competed in the mobile robotics solution area. And so through this analysis, we settled upon a portfolio of vendor partners that, while they do have some overlap in terms of their capabilities, they also have unique capabilities that address certain specific workflows within the customer environment. Specifically, we have built our partnerships up with Locus Robotics, with Geek Plus, with Balio, and with Fetch Robotics, as well as a partnership with Libiao, which allows us to have a tilt tray sortation option globally as well. And the intent of these partnerships has always been to create a globally driven execution platform. Körber Technologies is a global organization. And so when we've worked with these robotics partners, our intention from the start had really been to be able to support any of our customers, whether they're a multinational or a local participant, with a standard offering in the mobile robotics area. And so how are we progressing? Well, we're the world's leading provider of integration services for mobile robotic technologies. We've got over 24 successful deployments of mobile robotics worldwide across many countries. Many of those customers now have multiple warehouses that are using mobile robotics that have been designed, deployed, and are supported through the Körber Supply Chain organization.
Yeah, thanks for your answer. That was perfectly very real-time observation from your side. So can you provide details on AMR solutions in terms of AMR product portfolio and use cases from smart warehousing to order fulfillment where Körber can help?
Again, going back to that previous question about our strategies and our portfolio, through the portfolio of partnerships that we've built, we've also built up a strategic approach to go to market and look at each of these different vendors in the context of what workflows do they support in our customer environments. For example, a customer that would come to us that is, looking to deploy mobile robotic technology into their each picking operation, but to do so with little to no disruption to their current operation. They want to deploy robots as they exist in their customer's environment today, or into their environment today, I should say. What we would do, there's very key indicators of the solution types that fit. In that circumstance, you're really looking at a collaborative in-aisle robotic solution, of which we've got a couple in our portfolio. Very well known in that space is our partnership with Locus Robotics that slots in very well, can be deployed very quickly and non-disruptively into an operation within the construct of its current warehouse configuration. Now, That same customer may say, that's great, that helps us today, but we're also looking to build a brand new high throughput facility. We've got green space available, and we really want to have the highest velocity option that also gives us the scalability and flexibility of mobile robotics. Okay, great. Well, again, not knowing all of the details, but from that high level perspective, we might start with a goods to person solution through a partnership with Geek Plus and look at how we can deploy a solution that can get, 2, 3, 400 lines per hour out of a single pick module. Or several pick modules, but each one designed to provide the highest possible throughput. Now, there are a variety of elements that create constraint around how you would design these solutions, right? You need to understand the SKU dimensions, right? Are the products the right fit for mobile automation? What is the demand volumes? How much variability is there relative to peak and non-peak performance of the operation? There's again a lot of circumstances that go into assessing what is a best fit mobile robotic solution for a customer. Then we also have customers that are full pallet in, pallet out operations. Through a partnership with Balio, we have the ability to deploy autonomous fork truck vehicles, everything from a low clearance pallet jack to a 46-foot clear VNA vehicle, fully automated. And so, through the portfolio that we believe we have the most robust set of solutions to enable autonomous mobile robotic utilization within the warehouse.
What are the key pain points of customers for AMR from selecting the right type of robotics products to implementation and operational challenges, and also how Körber is positioned to help customers to overcome these challenges?
Well, there's a number of pain points that today's warehouse customer is facing. The most obvious and longest running is the challenge of labor. Now, the challenge of labor has multiple dimensions. It's not just one component. For years, warehouses have been, struggling with labor availability, right? Just getting people in the door to do the work within the four walls of the warehouse has been a struggle here, long before the COVID pandemic. The COVID pandemic just exacerbated that challenge as there was more demand on warehouses and fulfillment because more people were ordering through online channels, and therefore there was higher demand on those warehouses that were already constrained, and people weren't available. And so what we actually saw were warehouse operations, especially in the e-commerce order fulfillment arena and retail fulfillment arena, making investments into automation technology so that they could continue to meet the demands and the increasing demands of the customers that they were looking to service. So labor availability is one. The rising cost of labor is another challenge that some of the customers are looking to address with the use of autonomous mobile robotics. But we also see quality and service level as key contributors here. And so what do I mean by quality and service level? Well, accuracy of pick as an example. Did the right product make it into the right tote and get shipped to the right customer? With traditional means, there's ways to drive improvements there, but through the use of autonomous mobile robotics, the risk of a pick error has been drastically reduced. How do they do that? Well, it depends on the type of mobile robotic solution being deployed in that circumstance. But what we see is the use of visual indicators as an example. Visual indicators could be, a picture of the product that is to be picked on the screen of the robot. That picture indicating exactly what item it is that the picker should be selecting for that particular unit of work that they're performing at that point in time. And then you may see in that same screen a visual indicator as to the put. There may be various circumstances that allow for different colored totes as an example, and the put screen indicating that you need to put that particular item that you just picked, or number 2 or 3 units, whatever it is, into the green tote. And there's a clearly indicated green tote. Or in the instance of some other mobile robotic providers, Now, there's light bars used on the robots, LED light bars that are designed to support both the pick and the put process by lighting up the side of the robot where the pick is to take place, or lighting up the tote position that's enabled for that particular put opportunity. And then with the goods to person robotics, the robots are delivering a specific unit of work to a stationary picker, right? So you drastically reduce the risk of a pick error. What we're seeing is also the ability for robots to leverage pick to light and put to light within stationary put walls in the goods to person environment, and the increasing use of tote to person solutions, whether that's a mobile robotic enabled tote solution like what we're seeing with Geek Plus, enabling a variety of approaches to that methodology, or the more historic sort of encapsulated ASRS type of system where a specific tote with a specific product is presented to a picker, and so you really help to reduce the risk of an error in that. So we've talked about labor, we've talked about reliability. One other key area that I think is more critical, that I'm hearing more customers indicate, is operational continuity. And that's related to the labor problem, but it's more impactful. Operational continuity is really referring to the ability to maintain the operation to meet customer service level expectations and reduce the risk of a disruption. How does mobile robotics do that? Again, by ensuring that you've got the resource there that's able to perform the work. The robots are reducing the number of pickers required in the warehouse to perform the work. They're also making it simpler to onboard new associates. This technology we're seeing drastically reduce the training times to go from anywhere from a week down to an hour or a couple of hours to learn how to interact with the robots. But because the robotic technology is providing visual indicators, is going to locations, or in the instance of goods to person, bringing the work to a stationary location, the learning curve for new associates is drastically reduced, which again, it increases the ability for the warehouse to bring in short-term temporary labor and get that short-term temporary labor up to speed much faster. So when we think about the key pain points, obviously labor, cost, reliability, but also just this idea of operational continuity to support growth.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. So how do you see the changes in the market dynamics of the overall AMR market in the last 2 years, or maybe more than 2 years?
Thinking about market dynamics, we've seen a period of rapid growth, right? This market had gone from nearly no penetration, and still there's a wide open opportunity in the warehouses in North America and by and large globally. What do I mean by that? In North America, there's a small percentage of warehouses that have deployed autonomous mobile robotic technology. At last I checked, the number was somewhere in the 8%, somewhere less than 10% of warehouses in North America have deployed this technology. But coupling that with tremendous demand, what we see now, today as opposed to 2 years later, is 2 years ago it was really the innovation leaders that were looking at this technology. There was really the first movers that were taking advantage of this technology. They had gone through the process of evaluating. They determined that this is a transformative technology and were willing to make the investment. Today, it's quickly becoming more common practice. It's not just the first movers. We're seeing very educated buyers in the market. The buyers aren't necessarily relying on the evangelical messaging to talk about the value proposition of the technology. The value proposition is understood. Now the buyers are looking differently. They're looking away from the value proposition, not away from the value proposition, but focusing less on being taught the value proposition and focusing more on the operational nuances and the way in which the different robotic solutions provide fitness for their problem. That's actually somewhere that Körber really provides differentiation, and which is enabled by our portfolio approach, right? So we're not tethered to any one solution. When we engage with a customer, our objective is to help that customer find the best fit mobile robotics solution, not just any fit solution. So we're going to look at the different technologies that we have the ability to design and deploy, and we're going to help guide that customer through the journey of understanding what a best fit solution is. And quite frankly, in some instances, it becomes an initial interest in mobile robotics, but it turns out that voice technology gives them a better return on their investment, is a better fit for their particular operation. So because we are a portfolio-driven organization, we're largely looking at everything that we have to offer and finding a fit within that portfolio of solutions that we provide for our customers. So, a big change in the dynamics is the knowledge of the buyer, the transition of the buyer from an evangelical or investigatory type of scenario to an educated buyer that understands that there's now a technology that solves their problems, and there's multiple options that exist within that technology area.
Thank you. Thanks for your answer. My next question is, what's your comment about the OPEX versus CAPEX model of AMR deployment, and do you see any major changes in the buying behavior of different customers?
Well, I think that's a fantastic question, because quite frankly, we offer both models for our customers. Some of our vendor partners are exclusively robot as a service, which would be that OPEX model, and others are exclusively a CAPEX driven scenario, each of which has a different financial impact on the business, obviously. But we are seeing, we're not necessarily seeing changes in the buying behavior by different customers. It is really coming down to the scale at which the customer is looking to deploy, or the type of solution that is the best fit for that particular customer. But quite frankly, as Körber, we are working to enable customers that, maybe the vendor that we're working with only offers a capital expense model where it's a purchase option. But as Körber, we're equipped to provide that customer with an OpEx type of a model and provide a robot as a service, even in that goods to person arena. Do we see changes in buying behavior? I think we do. I think what the robot as a service model is enabling is actually bringing the promise of mobile robotic enabled automation to a different tier of buyers. It's no longer just the enterprise level customers that have large capital budgets that have the opportunity to now go out and acquire automation. This technology now is available to customers of all sizes. We have many customers within our SMB WMS customer base that have made the decision to deploy autonomous mobile robots, and they're seeing 6 months, 7 months, and sometimes even sooner ROIs. They're getting back their initial investment very quickly based on the value proposition of the robot as a service opportunity. And so, the major change that I see is the opening up the opportunity for customers that maybe would have seen robotics as something that would be far outside their availability based on budget, and now gives them, this other tier of customers the opportunity to acquire and deploy mobile robotic technology to help support their business's growth, but enable a layer of flexibility that didn't exist previously.
So can you highlight the top 3 reasons why customers should partner with Körber as their AMR solution partner?
Certainly. I think I touched upon this question here throughout the last 20 minutes or so. Körber, we're number one looking to provide the best fit solution for a customer. We're not bound by a product that we own and only having that to sell to a customer. We have the ability to look broadly at a more robust portfolio of mobile robotic solutions. And so when we work with our customers, we are looking to find that best fit solution, and in that process, looking at different options for each of the customer, and we're able to show our customers, here's the investment level, here is the potential benefit, and here is the the timelines and the effort required for multiple solutions. And then we tell that based on what we know about your business, you see these options, here's what we think is best for you, Mr. Customer. If you see differently, that's fine, because we're going to provide you with insight across the range of solutions that we can provide. Furthermore, we are in this arena in a technical integrator. So we manage the project from the beginning to the end. We provide the guidance to identify the best fit solution. We work with our vendors to acquire and supply the hardware and software required to make the solutions run. We're doing the installation and implementation of this technology, and then we become the solution provider that is taking that first call from a support perspective. This is especially impactful for those customers that are already leveraging some of our other technology solutions, whether it's WMS or voice or order management, whatever those other solutions are that we provide. Now, we're not just selling this technology into our own customer base. We do support mobile robotic technology customers that that are not our WMS customers. But the depth and breadth of supply chain experience and solutions that we provide really set Körber apart from the broader market.
Yes, that's true. We would also like to know more about your voice, vision, and mobility solution portfolio, and how do you see the market traction for this type of solutions?
Yeah, that's a great question, right? Because while mobile robotics is a fantastic solution in the right environment, there's other scenarios where maybe a voice solution would be a better fit for that customer. And again, because we are an organization that has deep expertise from a process and technology perspective, we're helping guide our customers to understand, where one of these solutions is a better fit than the other. Körber is the world's largest provider of voice solutions in the world. We've got partnerships with the leading vendors in this space, Honeywell and Zebra. We have our own IP, the Körber Voice portfolio. We're constantly looking to innovate in this space, and in fact, we've gone so far as to provide integrations between voice technology and some of our mobile robotics partners, so that we're connecting both the voice technology with the mobile robotics technology and looking to layer on additional value when you combine these types of solutions. There's the voice, vision, mobility solutions, right? There's tremendous market traction. It's obviously a little bit more of a mature market when compared to the mobile robotics market. While there is scenarios that will be competitive between these solutions, we can typically identify when one of these solutions, whether it's AMR or voice, etc., is a better fit based on the customer's environment, the products that they're handling, the layout of their their workforce, things of that nature. We're going to continue to see growth in each of these markets, but we're also working to identify new opportunities, right? Voice has been a staple in warehouse operations for some time now, but we're actually finding other workflows such as voice-directed maintenance and inspection. This technology is helping to improve the quality of fleet management in the M&I environment. And so we do believe we'll continue to identify new uses of the voice technology, new uses of vision, and the mobile robotic solutions as the adoption of these tools continues to increase, especially in the key workflows of fulfillment. But as that workflow becomes saturated, you start to see the related opportunities to deploy this technology to add additional value for customers.
Can you also talk about the top priorities for Körber in the next 2-3 years in becoming a leading supply chain solution provider?
Certainly, Körber as an organization, as we talked about, is a portfolio-driven organization. We see ourselves as an end-to-end provider of supply chain execution technologies. We're continuing to enhance our portfolio and add solutions that slot in to what we already provide, right? We have a solution portfolio that includes warehouse management, labor, transportation. We've recently had an acquisition, if you heard about it, of division of Invista that provided us with order management and freight audit pay capabilities that enhanced our portfolio's capabilities. So we're going to continue to make investments in our own IP. We're going to continue to make investments in merger and acquisition scenarios that help to enhance the solutions that we have to offer to our customers. And we're going to continue to enhance our partnership ecosystem so that we're aligned with best of breed providers across industries that allows us to continue to maintain our position as a leading provider of supply chain execution technologies. Thank you.
So thanks, John. You perfectly pointed out the various observations from your side, as the customer expectations for, say, for the example, choice, the convenience, the speed, and most importantly, the price continue to rise. So as these pressures grow, then the company has to form its strategies in terms of the technology adoption and also overcome the competition. So you need to get ahead, you have to move faster, and technology can definitely help, but without a sound strategy, the technology can introduce more complexity into your supply chain. So I'm sure Körber will overcome these challenges, and it will continue doing best in their supply chain portfolio. So all the best to you, and thanks for joining us. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you.